Yo, what's up, everybody? Happy Money Thursday. Welcome to the pre-market rundown. Happy to have you here, and we're going to dive into it. We're going to have an amazing session, and again, getting you guys prepared for the day, really giving you guys my overview, my analysis, my expectations for the market, and how I'm looking to make money myself. So again, these streams are super valuable, super informative, and really going to help you guys out. But hit me with a good morning as well over on YouTube, and then drop your location. Where are you guys tuning in from right now? Stir, what's up, boss? It's out of chat. Chris T, William, Trid, Adam, Joey, Corey's been up in the morning. Like, Corey, you've been showing up early the last couple of days. He's like, early birds are getting the worm. I'm here, baby. Let's go. Good morning, Cole. What's up, Steve? What's up, playa? Playa. Lucian's in here. What's up, brother? Good morning. I love it. And then we got some beautiful men and women over on the YouTube right now. Brent, what's up, brother? Sean, Brent Miller, Josh P, Daniel, Coffee, Travis, Lewis, the man. What's up, brother? Tyler, good morning, dude. Where are you guys tuning in from? Hello from sunny, beautiful Tampa Bay, Clearwater, Odessa, Florida. If I say Odessa, everybody's like, where's Odessa? No one knows, but Tampa Bay, Clearwater. What's up? Tuning in, 90 degrees outside, nice and beautiful. Chance of rain, 10%. Tides, low. Boat day, wonderful. Katrina, what's up? We got Oklahoma, Wilmington, North Carolina, Australia. That's what's up. From Germany, I love it. And it's your first time tuning in, well, you're going to love the session. So thank you so much for being here. Appreciate the support. Make sure you like the stream, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, because we go live every single morning, Monday through Friday, to get you guys prepared for the trading session. Even if you're not trading, you guys will learn a lot in these streams. They're not just informative, they're very educational as well. So come on in every single morning, Monday through Friday, from 8:30 until about 9:15 to get you guys prepared and have some fun. Appreciate you guys. Got a couple Alabamas in the house. Loving it, loving it, loving it. All right, and then we just had, thank you so much, Steve. You beat me to the punch, bro. We just had some data drop, and I just want to dive right into it. I'm sure you guys don't want me to rant and ramble for 20 minutes. You want to dive right into it. What's going on today in the market? What times do we need to be mindful of, right? We've had a lot of data this week. We've had a lot of Fed members speaking this week. And so we've needed to be really mindful about these times, because that's bringing in excess volatility once the market goes live. I mean, go back and look at Tuesday at 10 o'clock. Jolt's data sent the market dumping 6 points to the downside. So is there any data today that we need to be extremely mindful of? Data that could absolutely move the market like we saw here on Tuesday. Again, Jolt's job data just completely tanked the market, almost 6 points to the downside. We need to be mindful of these times. So how do you know what's going on today? What times to be mindful of? Well, you guys can go look at your economic calendar. Okay, if you guys are inside of the community, it's super simple. You don't have to go anywhere besides the trading tool section. Go on down to the economic calendar every single morning and check out the economic calendar, right? Just one of the trading tools we have in the platform to help you guys out and really make sure you have the tools at your fingertips. So that's about it. So just go down, look at your economic calendar, and make sure that you guys are mindful of these, economic events, things that could absolutely bring more volume and volatility and unpredictability into the market, right? So we just had jobless claims data drop right here at 8:30, guys, okay? At 9 o'clock, we have Fed Mr. Mester speaking before market open. So come 9:30, what do we need to be mindful of today after the market open? Well, we don't really have a lot of high important data during our trading hours. We trade from 9:30 to 11:30. The first 2 hours a day are the best 2 hours of the day to trade, in my opinion, right? Price action gets really random towards the end of the day. Volume dies on off over lunch. The best time to trade is 9:30 to 11:30. And that's what we do every single day. We come in, we take advantage of the market, the opportunity that's in front of us. We spend 2 hours a day and we hit our goals. We don't need to sit here for 6, 7, 8 hours. So from 9:30 to 11:30, any key data that we need to be mindful of that may impact our trading? There's actually not, right? 10:30, we have natural gas stocks exchange. That's not going to really move the market, right? We have Fed Mester speaking here at 9, but that's 30 minutes before market open. We should be in the clear. The next medium to high important event that we have going on today is at 11:30. But that's when we tap out and we're done for the day anyway. But if you are trading after 11:30, you got to be mindful that you do have Fed Barkin speaking here at 11:30. Okay, then at 12 o'clock, you do have another Fed member speaking, and then Fed Bar at 12:15. See, for me, that's kind of irrelevant because I will not be trading in the afternoon. I may come back towards the end of the day, maybe place a trade, but there's nothing even happening at 2:30, 3 o'clock that's going to move the market any times that I have to be mindful of. So we're in the clear today. I like it, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we have a lot of data dropping at 9:30, 10, 11, tons of Fed members speaking, 9:30, 9:45, 10 o'clock. So there was a lot of times that we had to be mindful of. Today, we're in the clear. We can come in, take advantage of the opportunity, and we don't have to be so concerned to flatten a position or have to close it out leading up to, say, Jolt's data on Tuesday, right? So today, again, guys, we are absolutely in the clear. We are looking good. So let's dive right into the technicals, right? We all want to get the game plan for the day. And so here's going to be my game plan for today with the SPY. I'm actually not biased to the short side, but I really like how we're moving right now. And I think there's a great short opportunity right when the market opens. And here's why. Go ahead and look at the SPY. All right, go ahead and throw this bad boy on a 1 hour time frame and just zoom back over the past few weeks. You will see that we have been underneath this multi-week downtrend, getting rejected, getting rejected, getting rejected, getting rejected. This morning, I actually took 2 ES contracts to the short side off that downtrend. I did get stopped out for about a 2.5 point loss, 2.5 point loss. I'm down 287 on the day, which is nothing in the futures market. I can easily bounce back from that, but I did attempt a trade off this downtrend this morning here, and it popped up and stopped me out. That's okay. But here's what I'm seeing right now. This downtrend, that's a key downtrend. That's going to be a make or break for the SPY. I mean, look at how many times we've come up and hit this downtrend over the past few weeks, and every time we hit it, we get rejected and we fall. We hit it, we get rejected, we fall. We hit it, we get rejected, we fall. Today, we hit it. We did break above it, but we just had jobless claims data drop. And what did that cause the SPY to do? That caused the SPY to come right back down below that downtrend. Right? So we were breaking the downtrend, trying to hold it. Not Jolts. Jobless claims data drops. Market doesn't like it. Market is now pulling back. So that's the first thing I notice, is we are back below that multi-week downtrend. And as long as you see the SPY holding below that multi-week downtrend, I want to be playing puts today in the market because we have potential all the way back down to the low 420s. That is a key area on the SPY, guys. That's a make or break. Okay, if it breaks that downtrend, we have potential to really move on back up. And that's what we were looking at. I took a short right here. I got stopped out. It happens, okay? If we would have broke the downtrend and held above it, we could have absolutely seen the market push on up to like 428, 429 today, because that's a key significant area to be breaking that would bring in a lot of buyers and a lot of buying volume. But here's the deal. We broke the downtrend. We got stuck at yesterday's high a day, that zone of resistance. We were unable to push through it, came back down to retest that trend line, but then jobless claims data drops, and then market comes right back down below. So we're back below the downtrend. As long as we stay below that downtrend, I want to be playing puts today, okay? That's the first reason. Number two, we can all see that we have this zone of resistance. Okay, that's between 424.89 and 425.42. That's a daily zone of resistance. So not only did we break the downtrend, which is bullish, we came up into that zone of resistance, got rejected, and fell back below that downtrend, which is bearish. So we're stuck below that zone of resistance. We're back below that downtrend. This is screaming, short me, Josh. Short me today. And so that's what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to get short in the market today, guys. As long, okay, because anything can happen, right? We're going to build a long plan just in case. But right now, we can see there is a lot of reasons to be looking to get short. False break of that downtrend and a strong rejection off that daily zone of resistance. So if we can see the SPY push on back up into that downtrend intraday today when the market opens and get rejected, that's an area that I want to be getting short. Where to? I'm just going to look left and gauge some targets from yesterday's levels. So again, this pullback low, that's going to be our first price target here today. And then pretty much yesterday's low of day, that's going to be our second price target here on the SPY. And if we do continue to move lower today, my third and final price target on the SPY is going to be the 200-day moving average, which is right at 419.35. That will be my third and final price target today on the SPY if we do fall below the 420s, all right? So that's going to be the short plan. Super simple stuff, guys, right? We have a couple separate things that we see. We tried to break the downtrend. We tried to get through that zone of resistance. We failed, and that caused us to have a false breakout of that multi-week downtrend. This looks very bearish. And like I said, as long as we stay below those two levels of resistance, the downtrend in that daily zone, I want to be getting short in the market today. But here's the deal. Anything can happen at any point in time. And so you always want to have an opposite plan in place just in case. So what if the SPY pushes back up and breaks that downtrend and pushes above that zone of resistance and we see it actually breaking and holding? Well, I no longer want to be getting short. Market is now shifting. I want to play with the market. I want to be on the right side of the trade. So if we see that downtrend break again and we break that daily zone of resistance and then see those two levels of resistance holding on up as support, that's when I set aside my short bias and I look to simply get long up into our next overhead zone of resistance, which is up between 428.57 and 428.91 here on the SPY. So yesterday, I couldn't give you a line in the sand because we didn't have a line in the sand yesterday. Today, I got a line in the sand for you, and you all love the line in the sands, right? Your make or breaks, those key areas that are a make or break for the day, right? And so that's your line in the sand, that downtrend and that zone of resistance. So you're looking somewhere between like 424.40 all the way up to the top end of that zone at 425.40. That is going to be your line in the sand. That is going to be the make or break for the SPY. You stay below those two levels. We play puts the day on down to yesterday's low of day, the low 420s. We break that downtrend and break that zone of resistance, hold a support. We simply play calls on up into the high 428s, right? That's your make or break. That's your line in the sand. That's the main area that I'm going to be focused on today. Right? That's an area where I want to be getting short or an area where I want to be getting long if we break. All right, guys? So with that being said, do we have any questions regarding the SPY? What's going on in the economic calendar, my game plan, my analysis, my reasoning behind these levels, and my game plan for today? Do we have any questions whatsoever before we move on to the cues? Yep, you can see it on a 5-minute. So you can see it here on a 5-minute too if you want. Connection, 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 connect, connect, connect. If you want to just go up into a higher time frame, you can go up into a higher time frame, and it starts back here like September 14th, right? And then you connect it, connect, 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 connect. You connect yesterday. You did slightly break above this morning, but that was a false breakout. I want to be looking to get short as long as we stay below that downtrend and that overhead zone of resistance. Again, we have potential back down into these prior swing lows. If we continue to move lower, then we have room down into the 200-day moving average, which is at 419.35. So that's how I identified that multi-week downtrend. And it really stood out to me because we've tapped it, again, like 5-6 times. Every time we've hit it, we've gotten rejected. That's a make or break for the SPY. Not just today, but tomorrow. Coming in the next week, that is a valid downtrend that will not be going away. If we're sticking and stuck below that downtrend tomorrow and all of next week, I will continue to play the market short off that downtrend. But if that downtrend ever breaks, I will simply be looking to play the market long, as that's going to be a bullish signal to get long, guys. Does that make sense? Are we all good? Want to make sure that you guys are fully up to speed, that there's no questions before we move into the cues. Maybe a simple refresh, Catherine, would really help out. Quick recap on upper lower resistance. Yeah, absolutely. So here are these zones. Okay, your line in the sand zone is between 424.89 and 425.42. Okay, also that multi-week downtrend. Those are your two lines in the sand for today. Okay, overhead zone of resistance for today, 428.57 to 428.91. Okay, lower zone of support today between 420.19 and 420.59. Those are your three key high probability zones of support resistance. And then you add in this downtrend to give you an extra layer of confluence to the short side as long as we stay below that downtrend today. Lewis, so we're waiting to see how it moves first, always, right? What we do is we come and we get prepared based on the data that's in front of us, right? Support resistance, trend lines, overall price action, market sentiment, right? We take the data that's in front of us and we start building plans. We start analyzing, doing our due diligence, getting prepared. So when the market opens at 9:30, all we have to do is sit back and wait for the market to come to us. That's all we have to do. Is if the market opens right here, we're prepared. We know exactly where the market could go before it bounces, right? We know where the market could go before it gets rejected and drops. We know exactly where the market is probably going to go with high probabilities, because these are high probability zones that the market can get to, and we can see nice rejections, reversals, dip buys, whatever the case is. So what we're doing is our morning market preparation, getting as prepared as possible, building conviction, building confidence. Market opens at 9:30. We're hands off, and we wait to see where the market goes. Is the market going to come down to support and set up for a bounce play? I don't know yet. I can't predict what the market's going to do. All I need to do is react when there's an opportunity. So if the market does come down to this lower zone and there's good price action, I'm already confident in that lower zone of support. I could already start building a plan for a dip buy and then just wait to see if there's good price action. If there is, I'm confident and ready to take a long off that lower zone of support, right? Because I'm confident in that zone because I've done my pre-market preparation. And that's what we're doing right now for you, helping you guys get prepared for the day. So to answer your question, yes, we are waiting to see where the market goes because we have no freaking idea where the market's going to go. We can get a good idea, but we have no idea, right? And so what we need to do is sit back at market open, wait for the market to come to us. If the market comes up into resistance and gets rejected, we play puts, okay? If the market comes up into resistance and breaks and it holds its support, we play calls, okay? The market comes on down into support and it sets up for a long, we play calls off support, okay? The market comes down and cracks that zone of support and turns resistance, we play puts down to the 200 SMA. So that's all, right? Those are game plans. So now you just have to sit back and wait for there to be a setup. You have to sit back and wait for the market to come to you. And this is something that we do inside of our community every single day. I trade live with our team for 2 hours a day. So when the market opens, when the market's moving, when it starts coming to our zones, to our levels, I'm building plans. I'm breaking it down. I'm providing the commentary, the education, the analysis, right? Getting everybody prepared, ready to attack those trades. We're trading live, managing the trades live, and we're taking that next step to make sure everybody's making money in the market. Interesting. Interesting. I mean, it's good on my end. So I'll refresh my page inside the platform, and I click it, and we're live. So interesting. Have you tried the refresh? Here, I'm going to do you a solid, Catherine. I'm going to take this stream ID. I'm just going to post it right next to the chatter one, and I'm going to save them both in. Do a quick little log out, log in, and you should be good. I mean, we're good here. If we click chatter, it's the same stream now. Yeah, you guys should be good. All right. So, again, before we move on, any questions whatsoever regarding the SPY, the levels, the zones, the reasoning behind waiting for the market to come to us? Does anybody have any questions whatsoever before we move on? Coffee saying, thank you for the training. Absolutely. Like I said, not only is there a lot of information here and really getting you guys prepared for the day, I'm really doing the legwork for you. there's a lot of education. There's a lot of value. You guys will learn a lot just being here. So if you want to learn, this is where you want to be. If you want to get prepared for the day and you want my personal game plan, this is where you want to be. If you're on TikTok, links in the bio, come join our live stream so you can actually see what we're talking about. Make sure I didn't miss any questions. So we got Johnny's taken care of. What is that lower zone on the SPY above the 200 SMA? Yes, sir. That is this zone right here between 420.19 and 420.56 on the SPY. Josie, good morning. Right now, I'm looking at a 5-minute time frame. So I always start with my daily time frame, and then I go down into my lower time frames. And so this is actually a lesson that we have in our free course, right? So you're saying, hey, what time frames do you use to chart? How do you do your analysis? Like, what's your morning preparation look like? We actually built a free course for you guys, and that's actually one of the lessons in the free course. And I do believe the link is actually here in the bio. So if you click the link in my bio on this video, or the description, and you click this link, it's going to take you to our link tree, and you guys can actually grab that free course. It's just $1.88 to process and set up your account for enrollment. But yeah, we have like 13 high-level lessons in there, and that's one of the lessons. How do I get prepared? How do I go top down? How do I identify these zones of support and resistance? So if you actually want to learn how I'm doing this and not just hear me talk about it, but you want to learn how to be about it, go ahead and click that link, grab that free course, and you guys will learn a lot. Zach, yeah, man, absolutely. And that applies to you guys on TikTok as well. The free course link is in the bio if you guys want that free course. All right. Felicia, what's up? Good morning. What did I say? Today is Thursday. Did I say it was like Friday, Monday? I don't know. Hey, when you love what you do, time is irrelevant. You don't even know what day it is. Like, is today Monday, Tuesday? I don't care. The only days that I don't like are the weekends. Why? Because the market's not open. So if it's Saturday, I know it's Saturday. If it's Sunday, I know it's Sunday. But if during the week and the market's open, I don't know what day it is. I just know there's opportunity, and we're going to attack and take advantage of the opportunity. So, anywho, let's go ahead and dive into QQQ, okay? Here is your pretty much line in the sand today on the Qs, is this zone between 357.50 and 357.69. That is going to be your first line in the sand, all right? If you fall below that zone, you will be coming back down to yesterday's low of day and yesterday's open. That zone between 355.28 and 355.72, right? That's if this zone right here fails to hold. But if that zone on the Qs holds on up, where could we see QQQ go? Back up to yesterday's high a day, which is also our pre-market highs. That's going to put you right around 360.50. And if we ever break yesterday's high a day and those pre-market highs, we do have potential back up to 362.69. And if we ever break that level, we could see QQQ fill this daily gap up at 364.45 on the Qs. Okay, that's if we do see a nice bounce and a nice green day. Right? If the SPY re-breaks the downtrend and re-breaks that zone, right, and holds on up, and we see the SPY looking like it wants its next leg, and we're looking for calls, right? It's very, very possible, right, that you're going to see the Qs holding that zone of support and moving on up at least back into yesterday's high a day, and then approaching that daily gap fill, okay? And again, we do have a nice little gap here on the Qs. Right? So you had this low of day prior to this gap down, but then you pushed all the way up into this high right here last Friday. So you do have this gap here on the daily. And so that would be an overhead target if we're looking to play calls today on QQQ. All right? However, what's the opposite plan to have in place just in case? I love saying that. It just rhymes and it comes off the tongue so wonderful. If we come down to that zone, that line in the sand, and we fail to hold it, well, obviously we're not going to be playing calls, right? If we fail to hold that zone, we'll just be looking for a simple retest at that zone to see if we're going to stay below it as resistance. And if so, we'll look to play puts back down into our next zone of support. That next lower zone of support is going to be down here between 355.28 and 355.72. Okay, so your make or break line in the sand today on QQQ, once again, is this zone right here between 357.50, 357.69. Okay, next overhead zone of resistance, it's simply going to be yesterday's high a day, as well as these pre-market highs. Then we're going to be targeting that daily gap fill. Okay, if we crack below that zone, we've already discussed the zone to the downside that we could fade and fall into. Okay, do we have any questions regarding the Qs? Okay, I know it's quick analysis, right? But these are some key zones to be paying attention to. I'm more or less focused on the SPY today. Based on the SPY, the price action and pre-market, the location, the zone, the downtrend, I'm more or less focused on the SPY over the Qs. But if we have any questions, you want me to take a deeper dive into the analysis on the Qs, I can definitely do that. You definitely deserve more subs on YouTube. Yo, good show so far. Only one thing. I know. I'm just not good at marketing. That's the conclusion I came to. Is I'm really good at coaching and teaching and trading. I'm really good. And I've helped, at least 1,000 people over the past few years learn how to trade and improve their trading. But, when it comes to subs and stuff like that, we just aren't really good at content and marketing. Like live content, this is where I'm at. This is my zone of genius. I love doing this. I'm great at it. When it comes to like evergreen content, like picking up the phone and recording and marketing to get clicks and views and comments and blow up my followers, like I'm just not really good at all that. But you're 100% right. I do believe we deserve a lot more subs, not tooting my own horn, but I believe this is one of the best, if not the best, pre-market live streams out there. Right? There's a lot of education, tons of value, thorough analysis, and we're really spot on day over day. So I appreciate the kind words. It does mean a lot. And maybe one of these days we'll start to gain a little bit of traction and be able to make more of an impact in the trading community. So subscriber, on YouTube, more subscribers. That's what they were saying. Your analysis is your marketing. I guess. Yeah, my analysis of my marketing. So what, we just got to clip these analysis pieces and go put some paid ads behind it? I don't know. That's not my zone of genius. That's outside of my realm of expertise. I'm just really good at trading and teaching you guys how to trade. Anyway, if you build, they will come. So look at Tesla. Yeah, and so we're going to dive into that, Catherine. Good thing we talked about Tesla yesterday, right? Right? Not getting in too early, but waiting patiently. And then look at what Tesla did. Came right up into that potential left shoulder. And that's kind of what we're seeing here is a potential left shoulder, head, right shoulder on Tesla. That could lead to a really nice drop on off. So not only do we have this inverse head and shoulders, not only do we have this daily head and shoulders, what else did we just do yesterday, Catherine? What else did we just do? And what are we doing right now in pre-market? Take a look at Tesla. Take a look at that daily time frame. Then go take a look at what it's doing right now here in pre-market. Besides coming up to that left shoulder, what else are we doing that gives us solid confirmation to be looking for put contracts today? El Gapo. I love it. Yeah, El Gapo. We have that gap here on the Tesla daily. So if you go take a look at Tesla, dive right into the daily time frame, you see that we have this gap that was created from Wednesday, September 20th to Thursday, September 21st. The low of day and then the gap down, high of day. That created this gap. And so when gaps get filled, we see gap fill rejections, right, to the short side. However, when gaps get filled to the downside, we typically see gap fill bounces, right? I can go back and give you 1,000 examples, right, on gap fill bounces. Here's one right here on Tesla. There's a gap. You could have taken Tesla short to fill the gap and then waited for the gap to get filled for a gap fill bounce. Solid stuff, right? When you're filling a gap to the upside, we see gap fill rejections. So not only are we closing the gap, that's one reason to be watching Tesla. We could see a gap fill rejection, right? And then that would give us confirmation that this could be that head and shoulders formation. That gives us 3 layers of confluence to be looking to get short on Tesla somewhere around 261 to 263. Now, am I looking to get short? Absolutely, 100%, right? This is a nice day trade opportunity that will most likely turn into a swing trade. So this is something I'll be taking in my Roth, okay? Am I going to go all in today? Absolutely not. But I will be looking to build a position. Swing trades, I don't go all in day one, okay? I want to start building a position just in case it moves a little bit higher and there's still reason to be in. I can dollar cost average in, right? Readjust my cost basis as long as the trade's still intact, okay? We may see a couple of days of Tesla just tapping that level, right? We may hit it again tomorrow, come next week, Monday. It may be a couple of days of tapping that level before we see that drop. We may have a couple of days of tapping that level before we, see that drop, if we see the drop in the first place. So I'm definitely looking to start a position today when Tesla opens. I'd like to see Tesla open on up, fill the gap, and I'm going to start a short position. And if there's reasoning today, intraday, to continue to add to that position, I will simply look to add to that position. A day trade opportunity, that will most likely turn into a multi-week swing trade. So what does that mean? Am I trading Friday's expirations? Am I trading next Friday? Am I trading next year? All right, what contracts would you want? How do you even determine what contracts to take? Does anybody know? So if I want this swing trade on Tesla, okay, how do I even determine how far out on expiration I want to go? What's the first thing that I need to do before I can even determine how far out I want to go? And again, we got 127 viewers on TikTok, 36 viewers on the Tube. If you guys want the breakdown, the full interactive stream, to see the charts, all that good stuff, go click the link in my bio here on TikTok. Join us over on YouTube every single morning, Monday through Friday. Nope, has nothing to do with the delta. I mean, delta is relevant. The delta is relevant when we start building our trade plan. But how do we even know how far out on expiration to go? What do we need to be doing? We need to be setting our time. Bueller? Anyone? Man, if you guys don't know, I'm not doing my job. Come on now. Our time horizon. Yes, so we just got to assess what our time horizon most likely is. So let's be realistic. What's our target? Okay, our target, I would say, is going to be back down into this zone of support. That's going to put you in the low 240s. Okay, so you're just looking at how much of a drop is that going to be from possibly 260 down to 242. All right, that's going to be about an 18-point drop. Have we seen Tesla move 18 points in a single day? Yeah, we have. So could this happen in a day? Yeah. I mean, look at yesterday. We went from 248 all the way to 261. That's a 13-point move yesterday. Could we see a 10-point, 13-point drop in a single day on Tesla? Yeah. But that doesn't mean we want to go take tomorrow's expirations. We want to be super realistic. Let's look at how this let's look and see how that left shoulder developed. Right, to get an idea of how the right shoulder could develop. That's what I would do. So this entire left shoulder developed over the period of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trading sessions. So if we see this take the same amount of time to develop the right shoulder as it did the left shoulder, we know that's about 8 trading sessions. But that doesn't mean I want to now go just 8 days out on expiration. I want to buy myself some time. And I want to ask myself, is it realistic within the next 8 to 10 trading sessions to see Tesla come down to our target or be stopped out? I think that's plenty. So I'm already looking at maybe 10 trading days. So that would give me until the 12th, the 19th. That's the 20th. So that would give me a total of 5, 10, 11 trading days, right? I think that's realistic. I think by the 20th, this is either going to be a stop or we're going to hit target on Tesla. It's a fast mover. I think that's plenty of time. So my time horizon would be 8 to 10 trading sessions, give or take. But here's what I like to do just to be extra safe. I mandatory add an extra week. So if my time horizon assessment is 2 weeks, and I think that's super realistic, and I'm not being greedy with it, I'm being really realistic, I'm just going to add an extra week for shits and giggles. That's what I want to do. So I'll go until the 27th. I will buy myself an extra week just to be safe, just to give it a little bit more time. And that's what I like to do. So I would say, yeah, 8 to 10 trading sessions. That's enough time to see this thing play on out, work on out, and come down the target. And then I want to buy myself a little bit more time. So minimum would be the 20th of October. That would be the absolute, I'm sorry, the 27th. That would be the absolute minimum. I can't go any closer to expiration than the 27th. Maybe I want to go look at the 3rd just to buy myself a little bit more time, right? But I know I can't do anything closer than the 27th because that's realistic. I'm safe. I'm buying myself time on the swing trade, okay? And then what you do based on the time horizon on a swing trade is go to optionprofitcalculator.com, plug all of this in, and see what those contracts would be worth on the 27th at a certain price, right? Really start mapping out your risk to reward. You may come to find out that the 27th makes no sense. Like, hey, Tesla could be at our price target, right? Come the 25th to 26th. They expire on the 27th, but they may not be worth anything, right? You may be better off going one additional week out, right, to be able to realize some actual profits on the trade. So then just go do optionsprofitcalculator.com, map out your risk reward, and really start comparing your different expirations, your different strikes to see what those options are going to be worth at a certain price at a certain point in time to give you guys some clarity. Okay, but 100% guys, I like Tesla. Daily gap fill rejection, number 1. This could be the start of that possible right shoulder that gets Tesla back on down into the low 240s. Okay, I like the setup. I think there's great opportunity. And this is something that I would take in my long-term investment account on my Roth. So definitely going to be checking out Tesla today. I think there is good potential. Even for a day trade, guys. You don't even have to swing trade it. Even for a day trade, this is a daily gap fill rejection. This is a day trade opportunity. So if you don't want to swing it, don't swing it. It definitely is still a good opportunity and a good setup to be day traded today. All right, guys. So that's Tesla. So we got the game plan and the breakdown here on the SPY, right? Nice thorough review there on the Qs and then Tesla as well. That's all I'm looking at today. The SPY, the Qs, Tesla. That's it. Okay, now we have a couple penny stocks on watch today, right? Number 1, we got GROM. This is an easy one. This one's an actual really sexy setup. I like it a lot. I really do. What I'm looking to do is get long if we can break this downtrend. Where do I want to get long to? 263. Why 263? Such a random number, Josh. Why 263, right? We have a gap here on GROM. The gap is from 263 to 382. We have this big gap. The lower end of the gap is 263. So if we see a nice higher low break of this downtrend, I know we have potential to 263. If we ever break and hold above 263, where can we see GROM go? $3 psychological resistance, and then potentially all the way up to 382. Why would 382 be a target? Well, that would be a gap fill, right? If we get all the way up to that 382, that would be closing this daily gap. And so that would be a target. If we enter this gap zone and stay inside the gap zone, we could definitely see buyers step on up to the plate, see this thing push all the way to 382 and close that daily gap, okay? So what I want to do is watch GROM, look for a potential higher low break of this downtrend to get long up into the 260s, take some profit, move stops to break even at that point in time, be completely risk-free. And if we do get above 263 and hold 263, I can simply just start scaling out all the way up to 382 if we get there. That's how I want to get positioned on GROM. That's how I'm looking to trade the stock today. Gives me very, very low risk, and it really puts me in a position to make good money, right? To be able to get risk-free at some point, right? To have basically a free position where I'm money in pocket and I'm in a free position to where I can't lose. The only thing I can do is make money if it continues to rip to the upside. That's how I'm looking to get positioned today on GROM. I think this one has a lot of great potential. Lower zone of support is between 194 and 201. Just so you guys know, that is going to be your lower zone of support here on GROM. Anything under that zone, you probably just want to take it off your watch list at that point in time because it's most likely just going to fade and fall and do absolutely nothing. But let's definitely keep GROM on watch. It's trading 5 million shares today. On average, it trades less than 300,000 per day, and it's a 500,000 in float stock. The lower the float, the bigger the spikes, the bigger the rips and runs. So this is a stock that could absolutely get into the 380s today with ease. It's such a low float stock, okay? GROM, high watch. And then lastly, we got VVOS. I'm going to give you guys a couple of zones and then how I'm looking to trade this stock today. Okay, lower zone of support is down between 30 cents to 30 and a half cents, right around that 0.30 to 0.3059, right? That's going to be your lower zone of support. Your overhead zone of resistance right now is between 37 and a half cents and 38 and a half cents. Okay, I also want you guys to go ahead and draw up this downtrend off of all of these lower highs, okay? And then I want you guys to go mark up the 200-day moving average right around 50 cents, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a zone from the 200 SMA down to 50 cents just because 50 cents is a psychological level of resistance. So that's what I'm going to do. A zone between 50 cents and the 200 SMA, okay? So here's how I'm looking to trade this stock today. I want to see this downtrend break, and I want to see a retest at that zone of resistance. We have resistance, 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 resistance. At that zone between 37.5 cents and 38.5 cents. So not only do we have that zone of resistance, we have this downtrend as resistance as well. If we come on up and break the downtrend and break that zone of resistance and see VVOS pull back and hold the support, this is an exceptional setup. I think that there's a lot of great potential to at least get back up towards around yesterday's high day of 45 cents and then potentially all the way up towards around the 200 SMA. So that's my game plan today on VVOS. Nice little break of the downtrend and that zone of resistance. As long as we stay above it as support, I'm looking to take this bad boy potentially all the way up really close to 50 cents here today on VVOS. Okay, this one has a lot of great potential. Now, how low could it go and still be in play? Like how low could it go, but I still want to have it on watch because there's still potential opportunity. The lowest point I want to see the stock go is that lower zone of support. If we ever fall below that zone, it's off the watch list. It's probably going to die and just fade on off. I won't be interested in it at that point in time, okay? And then I got a back burner sleeper play for you guys. It's been a while, but I got a back burner sleeper play, and that's on LGVN. Okay, and the reason why I want to keep LGVN on watch and the reason it's labeled as a back burner sleeper play is because their press release today was really good, right? Go inside of alerts, right? Go look at their press release. LGVN announcing positive top-line results in their clinical trials for the treatment of mild Alzheimer's disease. I mean, how many hot keywords do we have in this press release? Positive, top-line results, phase 2 clinical trials, Alzheimer's disease. This is a good freaking press release, right? This is the type of press release that moves the stock. It moved the stock. It spiked up from 260 to 360, but then it lost all of the attention, all of the focus. It died on off. So why would I want to look at the stock, Josh? It just died on off. It lost all of its volume. Isn't there better opportunity out there? 100%. But when you have a stock that should be moving, but it's not moving, I label those back burner sleeper plays because there's a reason for the stock to move. That press release is good. There's a reason for this stock to move, but it's not moving. Odd. Back burner sleeper play. It's a stock that could wake up at some point today and absolutely go bananas and be one of our top gaining stocks. Do you guys remember when we were in the Chinese small cap season? Remember that Chinese small cap season we were in early this year? And I took that one trade. I can't even remember the ticker. But everybody's like, why are you looking at the stock? It's trading no volume whatsoever. And I'm like, it's a back burner sleeper. It's a low float stock, high relative volume. It meets the criteria to rip. And that's when we had these low float Chinese plays ripping 2, 3, 4, 500%. And And I said, guys, I'm going to start scaling into this because this is a back burner sleeper play. It has potential to go bananas. It literally went up 300%. And I capitalized on nearly 300%. The video's on YouTube, right? It was the one that was the 30-minute halt. I was like, dude, it's still halted. What do? I don't even remember what stock it was, but it was a back burner sleeper play. It had a reason to be a big mover, but it wasn't moving for some reason. So I kept it on my watch list, saw a reason to get in, got in, and made nearly 300% return on that trade from $5 entry all the way up to $15. Insane. LGVN meets that criteria to be labeled a back burner sleeper play. Killer press release, and there's a reason for it to move, but it's not moving. So let's just keep it on watch. Okay, if it holds this lower zone between 250 and 268, it's in play. It doesn't mean it's tradable. It means it's in play. It stays on the watch list. If it cracks below and falls below that lower zone of 250, it's off the watch list. It's probably going to die on off. But as long as we hold above that 250 to 268 zone, there's potential for the stock at some point to wake up and start moving and potentially be a nice stock that gives us a lot of opportunity. It's got room to 315 and then back up towards around the 360s here on LGVN, guys. Joey coming in clutch. Look at the hot keywords to look for in a freaking press release. I love it, dude. I don't even have that myself. I'm going to save it. Thank you so much, Mr. Joey. Thank you, thank you. All right, so we discussed GROMVVOS and LGV, and do we have any questions about those stocks before we take the next maybe 10 minutes and review your stocks for the day? Joshua P, I love this channel. Joshua P, I love you. Well, I was looking at the wrong camera. I love you, Josh P, because your name's Josh too. Shits and giggles is your favorite saying. I love it. 37 viewers over on the tube. We got 113 on the TikTok. If you guys want to join our live stream and actually see what we're talking about, links in the bio. Go to YouTube and let's make it happen. Let's get you guys prepared for the day. And if you guys want our free course, links in the bio as well. If you guys want to learn more about working with us inside of our trading program, links are in the bio as well if you guys just want to go ahead and learn more. All right, inside of chat, do we have any ticker requests? Before I dive into the ticker requests over on YouTube or TikTok, does anybody inside of chat right now have any stock requests that you guys need reviewed? Baba, black sheep, happy when you Baba. Yeah, man, I've been looking at Baba because it's on the watch list. And every time I look at the daily, I'm like, it's just not really moving all that much. It's just all over the place. Gap up, gap down. Just haven't been a fan of its price action, but lower zone of support here. Well, just lower zone. We don't know if it's support yet because I don't know where the stock's at. Lower zone, 83.66 to 83.76. Then we can, yeah, that's going to be a nice zone. Right there between 84.50 and 84.54. And then yeah, I mean, at first glance, I will tell you, there's nothing that stands out to me. I mean, yes, you're kind of coming down to close the gap, but you already closed it here. There was your gap fill bounce. You're hitting that level again. It's just, yeah, the daily here recently is just, it's scattered, right? I mean, look at all these gap ups and gap downs. It's scattered. But anyway, let's just mark up these three zones. Let's go into the daily and see where we're at. We're actually gapping down below that zone today. So we are gapping down here on Baba below this zone of support. It was also that daily gap fill that we can see. We had that big daily gap. We came down and closed the gap, filled it, closed the gap, filled it, right? So we are below this zone of daily support. That's going to be intraday resistance today. Look left. Where can we see the Baba black sheep go? We can possibly see it come on down to this next lower zone of support. That's going to be between 82.82 and 83 buckarooskies. So here's how I would play Baba today. Okay, if we come on up into this zone, stay below it, play some puts down to this lower zone between 82.80 and 83 bucks, right? So below this zone right here, as long as you're trading below it, staying below it, you're looking for puts for the next leg down into that next lower zone. However, what's the long plan in place just in case? That's if we come up through that zone intraday and re-break it, and if we regain it as support, that's when you'd be thinking about playing some calls into your next overhead zone of resistance up towards around $84.50 there on Baba. So I can give you a line in the sand on this one, and I would say your line in the sand is between 83.66 and 83.76 here on BABA. William said, I drew so many gaps on Baba I gave up. That's how I've been this past week. I just gave up. I look at it, I'm like, yeah, there's still nothing here. So be careful with it. The spreads are not going to be nice. I guarantee the spreads are going to be crap. And there's just better opportunity, in my opinion. Wouldn't you guys agree that there's some better opportunity out there today? Doesn't mean it can't do anything. Doesn't mean it's not tradable. I just want to make sure we're looking at the best of the best opportunity. Want to make sure that we're trading easy setups, right? Like, do you guys want to be challenged every day? I mean, I want to be challenged, yes, every day to a certain extent. But I don't want my trading to be challenging. I want to keep trading as simple as possible, right? The more simple I keep it, the easier it is for me to make money. I don't want to overcomplicate it. I don't want to take a trade that's too challenging or I get beat up, left and right. I just want to take the clean, simple, easy setups and watch the money flow into my account. And that's what you guys want to do as well. Come into the market, keep it as simple as possible, spend the least amount of time in the market per day and make as much money as you can. That's the dream. And that's what we do every single day. We come in and trade for 2 hours. We trade simple, high probability setups, and the money flows. The money comes in every week, every month, every year. It's a wonderful thing. So this just may be something that we can label as challenging, right? It just may not be something simple to trade, and I want to trade what's simple. Kevin, tisk, tisk, tisk. I need you to type in your tickers in correct ticker format there, kind sir. I give you a grace period, though, because you just joined us a couple days ago, Kevin, so I give you a grace period, okay? Just don't let it happen again, sir. Don't let it happen. Russ! We got Big Daddy Russ over on YouTube. Good morning, sunshine. What's up, dude? It's been a hot minute. Hope all is well, man. Amazon, let's take a look. So, Mr. Kevin, I've been watching Amazon the past week or so now, and I wouldn't mind getting long on Amazon, okay? But I would not yet get long on Amazon until I see it getting above this zone and holding above it. Then I see potential for a possible daily gap fill, right? So I wouldn't personally touch this long until we're getting back above this zone of what was great support that turned resistance. Okay, so this zone here between 128.54 and 129.15 is current resistance. You do not want to be getting long below a key level of resistance. So right now, can you get long on Amazon? I mean, you can do whatever you want. Would I suggest getting long on Amazon? I would not. You remember yesterday talking about the head and shoulders on Tesla. There's a possibility it's below the moving average, yada, yada, yada. But I said I wouldn't recommend getting short yet until we come up closer to the 260s. I was like, do whatever the heck you want to do. It could play on out. But based on probabilities, based on what I see, I personally would not touch Tesla until it's up here in the 260s. I didn't touch it. Glad I didn't. I can now touch it in the 260s. Same thing applies to Amazon. You can do whatever you want. Me, I wouldn't touch it until it gets above that daily zone between 128.54 and 129.15. If we can get above and stay above that daily zone, now I'm seeing some potential. Where could we see it go? Possibly come up and fill this daily gap between 132.25 and 125.23. Okay, so to answer your question, Amazon long, I see potential. Only if we get above this first initial zone, regain it, and stay above it. If not, I don't see a long opportunity just yet. Okay, I would just sit back and be patient and wait to see how Amazon can play out over the next few days. It's okay. I'm gonna bust your chops a little bit. I'm a chop buster. I like busting up those chops. Travis, do you use any indicators for trading or strictly zones? I use strictly zones, trend lines, Fibonacci retracements, extensions, price action, formations, right? How the market's developing, how the market's moving. Like, I've completely done away with all indicators, right? About what, 2-3 months ago, I wanted to challenge myself to see if I could trade a completely naked chart intraday. I got rid of my VWAP. I got rid of my 9 and 20 EMA. I got rid of my momentum indicator, my RSI. I got rid of the indicators that I literally built my trading career around to challenge myself to see if I could. I'm actually a much better trader now. Believe it or not, I make more money. I don't trade as much. It's insane. I don't have as much confliction. It's easier to trade. I trade a completely naked chart. Literally, my intraday time frames, that's it. Zones of support resistance, supply demand, overall trends, uptrends, downtrends, price action, formations, how the market's moving and developing. I don't use any indicators, and I'm a much better trader not using indicators. It's crazy, and I love it. On my daily time frame, yeah, I use indicators. I use the 3 most popular moving averages, the 20 EMA, the 50 SMA, and the 200 SMA. And then I use an RSI on the daily. But when it comes down to day trading, I don't use indicators. I will never go to a white background. I've tried that, Catherine, and it's no bueno. It's no bueno. Don't like it. And it's done really, really well for me, guys. It really has. Now, there's nothing wrong with using an indicator, especially if it's a popular indicator that's really, really well respected, like the VWAP. There's nothing wrong with that. But I haven't seen a need in the past 3 months to re-add an indicator. Right? I'll even go back and look at the trades that I take and apply my indicators to see if the indicator would have even been utilized on that trade. Maybe 10, 20% of the time. The other 80% of the time, it would have been noise, in my opinion. It would have given me, it would have had me second guessing myself on the trade based on the indicator. 20% of the time, yes, it would have been an extra layer of confluence. But Fibonacci retracements, extensions, price action, volume, trend lines, zones of support resistance, that's enough for me to gauge a few layers of confluence to confidently take a trade. You just took a boom, boom, bang on the spine. It worked out great. Josie, I love it. Was that on the ES? Did you take a little ES scalperooski there? Because I can dig it. I think we have a trade right at the start of the day, guys. I think we do have a trade at the freaking start of the day on the SPY. So all eyes on the SPY. We have less than a minute to go, guys. Let's get dialed in. Let's get prepared. I do think we have a trade right at the start of the day because what are we doing on the SPY? We're back into the trend line below that zone of resistance. If we fail to break that zone in that trend line, I'm getting short on the SPY. You already know. Don't be left behind. All I'm going to say, don't be left behind today. Opportunity in this market. We're absolutely crushing it. Your boy's got a 50% win rate, but absolutely smacking his trades. 6 is my profit factor. My average win to loss ratio is a 5. Some of the best stats I've had in a long time. So I'm here to completely attack the market again today. So let's make it happen. All right, guys, market's live. Let's have some fun. Let's trade like professionals. Let's have an amazing day. Let's crush it. And let's lock in some profits, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. And out of the gate, I'm more or less looking at futures. I'll be looking at the futures contracts, man. The futures. We are inside of the Market Mastery private session. If y'all would like to join, that's a part of Market Mastery. Links in the Market Mastery chat room for you guys. The ring-a-ding-ding, ring-a-ding-ding, ring-a-ding. And you guys can see I'm flat on the day. Nothing there. I did tell you guys this morning I took a small L right here on ES, playing off that downtrend. I lost 287. Lost 287, which is nothing. It's a small dent in the progress, we had yesterday. It was like a 2K day yesterday. It was a good day. It was a good day in the market. Good day. Oh, yeah, it is. Not in, but I am looking to possibly take a quick scalp on ES off that downtrend, off that zone of resistance. I'm just waiting to see what price action looks like. I also want to get our hedge pressure levels for today as well. Let's go do a quick refresh. Let's see what our hedge pressure levels are for today. Oh, hedge pressure, where are you at? 424? Showing 424. Nah, let's see. Yeah, it's saying 424 is hedge pressure today. We still got 60. We're only 66% of the way there. We're only 66% of the way there. This is our redistribution zone that we're currently sitting in at that downtrend, at that zone. So we're getting some extra layers of confluence below 425 for possible puts. We're getting some extra layers, again, of confluence below 425 for some puts. Can you tell me the levels on the SPY? 100%. Overhead zone is between 424.89 and 425.42. Lower zone of support is down here between 420.19 and 420.56. Overhead zone of resistance up between 428.57 and 428.91. Tesla's coming to me slowly and steadily. So Tesla's on high freaking watch, guys. Tesla's on high watch for that daily gap fill rejection up here at like 260, 250. So I want everybody keeping Tesla on high watch, especially if you like a daily gap fill rejection trade, as well as a possible swing trade on Tesla as well. So keep that one on high watch, guys. Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Well, just pretty much gentlemen. Go. Good morning, dude. How you doing? Good freaking morning. I love your energy. We're going to rock and roll, and we're going to smack the market's butt today, like we've been doing the past 3 days. Another good day around the corner, guys. Let's make it happen. What, in the office? Oh, the stream. Yeah, it's JPal Money Printer, but my face slapped to it. Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. I like it. The real Ryan. What's up, brother man? All right, guys, if you're on YouTube, have a good day. Take care. Stay blessed. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow morning at 8:30 for the pre-market rundown. Take care, guys, and I'll see you then.